All right, NHL Game Sixes in round two. Two games that decided the fate of all these teams, and they all finished. So we're going to have our final four up next. But let's get into what happened in these Game Sixes. The New York Islanders beat the Boston Bruins 4-2 in the series and 6-2 in Game Six, and we'll move on to the next round. The Islanders won a pretty nice game where they scored 3 goals in the second period to beat Boston and win the series, which is pretty epic for them. So yeah, they played really well in this series. I think the Islanders are a team that I think have a tough contest coming up. They're playing the Tampa Bay Lightning in this next round coming up, but I think they played pretty good, and so let's see if they can handle them. Which obviously won't be easy considering how good the Lightning did last year. And this is actually a rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals from last year. So the first goal of Game 6 came from Travis Zajac. 11 minutes left in the first. Really nice goal for him. However, Brad Marchand, who has been a catalyst in this series for Boston, tied up the game with 2.5 minutes left in the first. And that was all in the first period. And now, obviously, the Islanders pretty much took it away from there. Brock Nelson scored 14 minutes, 40 seconds left in the second. Really nice goal from him. That was pretty cool to see. And they went up 2-1, the Islanders. So, yeah, Brock Nelson got his second goal. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second. That made it 3-1. A really nice goal on Tuukka Rask. And, not a very smart play for Tuukka. He went behind the goal, and, it ended up being a goal. And the Islanders took a 3-goal lead after Kyle Palmieri scored 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in the second, and that made it 4-1 New York Islanders. And they were really showing that they wanted to win this hockey game as they just continued to keep scoring, and that was a really good second period for them. Brad Marchand, however, did score 14 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third. He's been really good, a catalyst, like I mentioned, and they made it 4-2. And however, the Islanders, even though they were already up by 2, they wanted to get an even bigger victory, and they scored once again after Cal Clutterbuck scored 59 seconds, under a minute left in the game, making it 5-2, and Ryan Pulock scored, making it 6-2 about 10 seconds later. So congrats to the Islanders. They'll move on to the next round with a nice victory over Boston. Now the next one, obviously a Sharks fan, I'm pretty anti-Golden Knights. However, the Golden Knights won the series against the Colorado Avalanche 4-2 in a series that was pretty exciting. Obviously, Colorado started out really strong, and they kind of blew it. Marc-Andre Fleury played pretty good, 909 save percentage. They won 6-3, and it was a really just story of them scoring a lot towards the end of the game. Vegas obviously wins the series 4-2 and 6-3, like I said, in this game. And this was a really exciting series. A lot of people predicted this as the Western Conference Finals. And people were just, these are the two best teams fighting for that President's Trophy. And unfortunately for the Avalanche, it didn't go to them. Devin Taves scored the first goal of the game just 23 seconds into the actual game in the first period. However, about a minute later, Nick Holden for the Golden Knights responded with a goal, making it 1-1. And Fleury, like I said, he allowed 3 goals, but he played really good for Vegas. It was 1-1 at this moment. And it was pretty close most of the way through. Philip Grubauer had some good saves, but, obviously they kind of lost by a lot. William Karlsson scored for Las Vegas with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first period for Vegas, and they made it 2-1. We continued on with the game, and honestly, it's kind of interesting, just on a side note, seeing all the Raiders players hyping up the Golden Knights, but that's besides the point. They were all there, cheering them on, which mixed emotions for me. Mikko Rantanen tied up the game at 2 with 16 minutes left in the second period, and this game was going back and forth at this point. Keegan Colasar made it 3-2 Vegas after a goal, 5 and a half minutes left in the second. Pretty nice goal for him off the face-off, getting a nice shot in on Grubauer. So that made it 3-2. And however, Andre Burakovsky for Colorado tied up the game at 3 minutes left in the second. So it was a very back and forth contest. Alex Pietrangelo, however, with nearing the end of the second, 18 seconds left for Vegas, made it 4-3 with a goal. We had to the third period where it was just all Las Vegas. They wanted this one badly, and they won it. Fleury continued to make good saves. Shots I thought were going to go in, and he made a lot of those saves. William Carrier scored 8 minutes left in the third, making it 5-3 Vegas. And eventually Max Pacioretty, with 3 minutes, put the nail in the coffin with a goal, 6-3 Vegas. And they are going to advance and play the Montreal Canadiens, which a lot of people are just saying, jumping to conclusions and saying Vegas is going to win that series. I don't know. I think it could be interesting. I think Vegas is the favorite, but Montreal has been really good. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. End of round 2, and we're heading to the next round. Let me know your thoughts, and see you in the next one.